For over a decade, I've deconstructed the top 1% of speakers, and what I found surprised me. I uncovered the deliberate, repeatable techniques that makes their words so compelling and how they transform simple ideas into the most powerful experiences. It's a simple skill that has gone unnoticed, and in this video, I'm pulling back the curtains to reveal how you too can make your words so captivating, so vivid, that they prevail long after your body has left the room. So sit tight, because this is your first lesson in verbal sorcery. I've distilled everything that I've learned into three key principles, and I'm convinced that if you implement these principles, you'll morph into the kind of speaker whose words cut through the noise and resonate long after the conversation is over. I want to begin with a confession. Father, forgive me for I have sinned. I used to think speaking well was about using big words and convoluted sentences. But the truth is, the more words that you pour into a conversation, the less impact that they'll have. What I've discovered after a decade of deconstructing the top 1% of speakers is that the magic doesn't lie in their vocabulary. It lies in the clarity and the economy of their language. You see, speaking well is about keeping your words potent and concentrated by preserving the richness, intensity, and the clarity of what it is that you're trying to convey. My first principle is a simple one. It's to know your shit. Pardon my French, but precision demands honesty. You can't speak clearly if you can't think clearly. Clarity begins in the mind. If your thoughts are scattered, your words will be as well. My strategy for mastering this principle is something that I call dimensional mastery. It's a technique that I use whenever I'm trying to study or explain something complex. The idea is to be able to convey your knowledge on two different planes of understanding. The first is to a curious child. If you can break down your idea into its simplest form, if a 10-year-old hears your explanation and walks away more confused than before, start again. Break it down, strip it bare. This is where you distill the essence of your thoughts, boiling them down into their most basic, undiluted elements. If you can explain your idea to a child without them looking at you like you've just spoken in tongues, then you're on the right track. I don't remember who said this, but someone big and famous said this, so listen up. They said, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough. My final level is where sophistication meets clarity. True mastery is where you can take that same concept and elevate it to add texture, depth, nuance, and to deliver it with the weight and the clarity that earns the respect of experts. It's not just about making it simple. It's about making it profoundly clear on any level. You're presenting facts at this point. You're crafting an experience. You're being deliberate and attentive with your word choices, arranging them with precision to draw your listener into the depths of your own understanding. This is the system that I follow whenever I'm studying, when I'm learning, whenever I'm writing. First, I brain dump my thoughts, which are dark and scattered like puzzle pieces. After that, I simplify. I rearrange and refine my words to bring in shape and clarity. This is me shining a light into the dark corners of my mind to ensure that what is left is the kind of clarity that you can feel and experience. Most people may never progress beyond the first level. They understand something well enough to repeat it, but not well enough to elevate it. It's easy to regurgitate information like machines, but true mastery isn't about repetition. It's about creation. When you've mastered something in several dimensions, you gain something that is far more valuable than just knowledge. You've gained creative liberty, which is the freedom to sculpt your words into something poetic, beautiful, and unforgettable. Creative liberty is what happens when you know your subject so well that you're no longer just explaining it, you're painting with it, weaving your message into stories and shaping it into art. This, my friends, is where you're no longer just communicating words. You're crafting an experience. You're taking a simple idea and breathing life into it with imagery, rhythm, and elegance. Think of it like music. A novice plays notes, an expert creates melodies, but a master bends those melodies into something unique, infusing their personality and artistry into every phrase. They're not just playing the instrument, they're playing with the instrument. Creative liberty gives you that same freedom with words, where you're composing something that is worth hearing. You can sculpt your speech with the same intentionality that an artist brings to a canvas. And when you do that, your words don't just inform, they move, they inspire people, and they stick. I've said a lot here, so to summarize, you see, the real power of mastering what you're trying to convey is that it unlocks your creative potential. It gives you the ability to mold your message into something that is striking and original. That's how you paint a vivid picture in someone's mind. And when you reached that level, your words feel effortless. You're not fighting to sound impressive. You're not stumbling over complexity. You're expressing yourself with clarity and creativity, sculpting an experience that truly leaves a mark. That's what creative liberty is all about. Not just knowing your material, but mastering it so completely that you can bend, shape, and elevate it into something that is uniquely yours. Creative liberty gives you the power to sculpt your words into something that is truly unforgettable. But here's the thing, creativity just doesn't emerge from thin air. It needs a foundation, it needs roots, it needs structure. Think of it like a tree. Your ideas are the roots, buried beneath the surface. They're complex and unseen. Writing is how you dig those roots deep. It's the process of turning tangled thoughts into something that is coherent and intentional. Without it, your words lack structure. They become like vapor, floating aimlessly in the wind without ever taking form. And that brings me to the second principle, which is one that every great speaker has mastered. That's writing. Do you know what all great communicators have in common? It's not big words, it's not fancy rhetoric, it's something simple and far yet powerful. They've all written books. Trust me, I know this from experience of writing my own books. I've written every single day for over a decade, and if there's one thing that I've learned, is that nothing solidifies your thoughts like consolidating them down onto a page. Writing is the soil where clarity takes roots, and when you write, your thoughts aren't bound by the constraints of real-time conversation. You have the freedom to mold, carve, and shape your ideas like clay, refining them until they're molded into something that is coherent and deliberate. I dare you. I dare you to find me a great speaker who isn't also a writer. It's practically impossible. Those two things are intertwined like roots and branches. The results that you're looking for in a conversation starts way before your lips start moving. The act of writing itself is how you sharpen your thoughts and find your voice. If you want to achieve a level of creative liberty, to express yourself in a way that's not just clear but truly captivating, you have to write. Sure, some people have a natural inclination to speak well. They have charisma, energy, the ability to hold a room. But to be truly great, to be unforgettable, you have to condense your thoughts onto a page first. I'm going to shut up here because I have a beautiful poetic metaphor that I wrote down and I don't want to butcher it. The deeper the roots of writing goes, the stronger and more vibrant the branches of speech become. That is the foundation that causes your words to take shape and bloom into something beautiful. That was deep, right? The best speakers understand this. They know that the strength of their speech comes from the depths of their writing. This is the process that they embark on to anchor their ideas below the surface before letting them bloom into words. So, you've built your foundation, you know your shit, you've distilled your ideas through writing, shaping them into something real and structured. But there's a final step before your words can reach their full potential, and that step is your precision and economy of language. You see, most people speak like they're in an all-you-can-eat buffet, piling their plates with all the big words and surface phrase that they can find. The result is a mess of flavors that interfere with one another, leaving their audience mental taste buds numb and unsatisfied. You see, great speakers are like chefs at a five-star restaurant. They serve one clean, exquisitely prepared dish that is intentional and unforgettable. It's not about quantity, but quality. True eloquence is about being intentional and selfish in your distribution of words. It's better to say one clean sentence that conveys your thoughts than to say five phrases that does the same. To achieve precision in your words, you have to trim. My brother told me this a long time ago, and I'm sure he doesn't remember. He said, every unnecessary word dilutes the power of your message. I call this process conversational distillation. It's the art of refining your speech into its purest form, and when you do it right, your words cut through the noise with the sharpness of a sword. It's precise, deliberate, and powerful. Here's how you do it. I have a few steps. The first is to sharpen your message. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is the core of what it is that I'm trying to convey? And cut away everything that doesn't serve that core. The second is to refine your vocabulary. It's not about sounding fancy, it's about precision. Choose words that fit like puzzle pieces, not words that feel crammed into place just to sound impressive. The third is to practice brevity. Challenge yourself to convey complex ideas in as few words as possible. Think of it like carving a sculpture. You're removing materials, you're not adding to it. The greatest communicators are those who have mastered the arts of reduction. When you've distilled your words down to their purest form, they hit harder, they stick longer, and they resonate deeper with people. The most powerful speeches aren't long-winded or overcomplicated. They're sharp, precise, and deliberate. They've been boiled down, clarified, and concentrated until every single word carries weight. So, if you want to speak like a master, remember this. It's not about the size of your vocabulary. It's about the sharpness of your delivery. My dear friends, it's been a pleasure spending this moment with you. Thank you for watching.